Pencils down, baby. Here we go. This is it. Pencils down. It's rambling time. Ramble 315. I'm Jerry Rocha. That's Eddie Pence. There's Cody Villafania. The gang's all here. That's what else do you need, really, huh? We're just still kind of soaking in the journey to hell moment that we had on our Ramble radio. Just still.
I mean, it really got me to think about some things.
A lot.
Question some things.
A lot of a lot, man. God damn. Like, just so much is there. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. It's.
Like, am I one of those guys that just said a prayer when I was a kid, and now I think I'm saved?
Right. Is that all it takes? I think it's more.
Did I write a $10,000 check to a mega church and think I'm saved? I mean, all that stuff.
Or do you write a $2,000 check to this film company and actually be saved? Does that save you? I think the chances are better.
Does it give you any, like, inspiration just to know that, like, you could make anything, and it would be better than that? like that's the bar where, like, even if you're like, I don't know if this will be good, you're like, well, it will be better than that.
It's be better than no matter what. There's no way it's going to be worse than that. Right. No way it's worse than that.
Imagine all those church donations that went to that. All those people's hard work.
They just got suckered into that shit, and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll send you the money.
So before we forget, real quick, Jerry, did you plan for Ramble 316 with your list to appropriately give Stone Cold some?
Oh my God! I did one thing for next week's Ramble that will be. Should we do all Stone Cold? I mean, it makes sense, right?
It has to include him a little bit, right?
It is.
Yeah,
Ramble 316.
It is Ramble 316. So, I think we need to make it all Stone Cold, right?
You would think.
And then just bump Michelle Nichols down.
And Bill Russell.
And Bill Russell.
And Bill Russell. It's
just
man.
Kick them down the street a little bit.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm reworking it now, Cody. Thank you. I just did one. Thank you for thank you for catching, because once it's not enough, is it?
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
So. If we do like top stunners, the one on Vince McMahon this past year has to be on that list, right? I love that's like Vince McMahon's legacy is like one of the last things he did, like, in ring, was just
a terrible stunner.
The worst. And he's probably next to him or The Rock, probably taking the best stunner.
Yeah.
Him or Razor Ramon.
Ooh,
took great stunners,
I think
too.
Razor Ramon. Yeah. Man. All right, well, there we go. So now the list is rewritten, okay? And there it is. Yeah, this is the one. This is the list, baby. It's a good one. All right, I'm yes. Cody, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think I've hopefully reworked it enough to do it justice. Let's hope. But man, all right. Well, here we go. You can email us. Did you guys know that?
Oh.
I've heard rumors.
Ramble@theramblepod.com. You can email us. We also have a Twitter page @PodcastRamble and the number 1. And then we have an Instagram page @PodcastRamble. There's also a merch page. Isn't that exciting? And then thank you to all who's been modeling our Ramble merch. Those who've purchased it and shown us photos, keep that up. We're still, let me double check, but the bad news is.
Who's modeled our Ramble merch?
I think the last one, God.
It
might have been Drunk Eddie's Thoughts. That might have been the last one to show a hoodie.
And did Ray ever get his pillow? Didn't Ray get a pillow?
I think Ray got the pillow. I don't know if you ever showed us.
For Name That
Ray,
Tune
did
Nanny?
you ever get your pillow? Let's hope. And we're still deadlocked. Yeah, for Name That Tune Nanny way back. Because Ray was he was like the Ken Jennings of Hit That Tune Nanny. We have right here still deadlocked at 131 5-star ratings. And Locker Miltic is still our Skeletor lover, is still our last positive text review. So please subscribe.
That's more depressing than anything that's come out of the January 6th hearings.
I'm agreeing with you. Absolutely.
That Locker Miltic is still our last review.
With his Skeletor is the best. And that's it. But yeah, it's Brian Hill, by the way. Greetings, fellow Ramblers. This is Brian Hill, aka Seahawks fan, 1987. He was once top of the hill,
former
right
king of the hill.
Yeah. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy that Jerry's cancer free. Thank you, man. I got a roll at Not Scary Farm this year and can't wait to start. So excited and nervous. I can't wait for football season to start. I have low expectations this year since Seattle's in a rebuild mode this year. And what do you guys think of that new rule at Knott's Berry Farm? I personally like it, but that's just my opinion. Hope you have a great day. Keep up the funny. Thank you, man. Same to you. What's the new rule? Eddie, have you heard this?
Yeah. On Fridays and Saturdays, kids under 18 have to have a chaperone.
Oh.
I think it's parties no longer than larger than 2 or 3 kids under 18 have to have one chaperone. Larger than that, you have to have for every 2 or 3 kids another chaperone.
How many pervs are hitting on all these kids without right? What's Matt Gates gonna do at Knott's? He's going to fight this.
Or now he's got a reason to be there.
Right. One of the two. I think Matt Gates is fighting this with every fiber of his being.
The fights that broke out a couple weeks ago, Knott's is sort of like done this thing where they need a chaperone. Because apparently, I was talking to, when we were at Disneyland a couple weeks ago, one of the people who was working at the PIM food station.
Yep.
I guess used to work at Knott's, and he was security, and he said they don't have the security of like a Disney where they just have this big fence that goes around the park. Right. The kids just hop over the fence.
Oh, shit.
Like teenagers will just hop over the fence. And those are usually the ones that come in and start the trouble.
My God.
And they don't have the security to enforce, people that sneak in.
Fucking brutal. My God.
So, who knows if a chaperone thing will help?
Maybe. Let's hope. How can we hope and pray? That's all we can do.
Pray.
The journey to hell begins at Knott's.
Make a movie about it.
At Knott's. Journey to hell begins at Knott's, man. Jeremy Steeps. Explanation for hashtag Eddie needs Moxie. Remember he said that. He signed off with that.
Yeah.
He goes, from Maine originally, where the soda Moxie comes from. That's what it's about.
Moxie.
I sent about 4 emails to Ralph about getting them to drink Moxie, and as I suspected, he hated it, and I loved every second of his reaction.
Was not good.
There it is. Yeah, was it that bad? Did you try some?
I did. It's I'm trying to remember what exactly it tasted like. It's very thick. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like root beer.
Right. Yeah. Same.
So it's sort of like in that same vein.
Yeah, that's not good.
So it's just like it's not the type of soda I care for.
Moxie. Well, there we go. Well, thank you, Steve.
It's called Moxie. It's a New England type thing.
There we go. All right. Well, Pat Carruthers, Jerry, Eddie, Cody, Ramblers, and James. Hey, guys, I was wondering what the Jizz Talk guys had to say about the Wakanda Forever trailer. Cody, do we have that audio of the Jizz Talk guys?
This was from one of their more recent shows.
Yes, this is very...
Usually we have to go into
There's a Comic-Con recap, right? They did a Comic-Con recap.
That was it.
Yeah, they call it Comic-Con, right?
Comic-Con recap.
That's right.
Comic-Con recap.
Yeah. Oh, I do have it here.
Okay, there we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, let me tell you something. We saw the Wakanda Forever trailer.
Dude, do you even want to talk about? Do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't want to spoil nothing, but I do want to say, I think kudos to Marvel for having the Namor guy, right?
I mean, yeah.
Born
kudos.
in an ocean of jizz. Fantastic. You saw him come out.
There's no jizz in that water. There's no Namor.
There's no Namor. There's no jizz. So I like the fact that they're putting a lot of jizz in this. And that was my only problem with the first one. That was my only problem with the first movie, not enough jizz.
There was a little bit of jizz where they did that fight scene.
Right, a little bit of jizz when they were fighting in the jizz.
There was like a waterfall of jizz.
Yeah, come on. Not like what you and I used to, my friend. Not like the kind of jizz Jaws had.
Not just.
Not the kind of jizz Jaws had. Look at the jizz in Waterworld.
The whole third act of that movie was jizz.
It's all jizz. Look at Waterworld. The whole movie about jizz. Waterworld.
That's what they call it, jizz.
They call it Waterworld, so they got to give it a PG-13 or whatever. But
the original title of that film was Jizz World, and they
couldn't get it through. Now, but I'm telling you, does this make Namor the most powerful being in the Marvel universe? Seeing as how he was born in jizz. In a bucket of jizz. He was basically born in a pool of jizz.
I think it's Namor, and then right under that's Captain Marvel. I think it's like
they're right there.
Because she got blasted with a big load of blue jizz in the chest.
Jizz, right in the chest. Ooh, took it like a pro.
But the one thing about I noticed with the Wakanda Forever trailer is there was and this to me is just Kevin Feige just going all in on jizz.
Okay.
For this phase.
Yeah, sure.
For the end of this phase 4, going into phase 5.
Sure, really smart.
There was a white suited Black Panther suit.
Oh, jizz.
It's a jizz panther.
Who's stopping that panther now?
Nobody's
stopping that panther now?
No one's stopping that.
Jizz panther.
Nobody.
No, you can't. Nah, you're not stopping him, my friend. You could throw whatever you
now
want.
Now it might be Jizz Panther, then Namor,
then Namor. Then absolutely. It just depends on how much.
Saying.
I guess it depends on what kind of jizz Namor was born into. And I guess hopefully they.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want any questions. They better answer that in that new movie. They absolutely better answer. I'm getting a little choked up thinking about being born in jizz. I'm getting a little choked up.
If you got to be born, I mean, that's the way that's the way I want to die. I want to die in jizz.
So and hopefully the reincarnation thing's right, and you come back in a.
You just come right, and you're born out of jizz. I mean, that would be the way to go. Be born.
Cody at the balls. We got to go to commercial. We got to go to commercial.
Can you cut it?
There they were, man. They have a take on everything. It's crazy.
They really.
Jeez.
Well, jizz is the liquid of life.
I'm surprised they got press credentials for Comic-Con.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, this is the biggest show in the tri-state area, Cody. So like this.
Just talk, man.
It's just talk. Oh, Colin Maxie's. Hey guys, hope everyone's doing okay. As a callback to my previous email a couple of rambles ago, you said "Bird is the Word" would be a terrible song to come on whilst having sex. Well, I see your song and raise you with yakety sax. I mean, come on, your sex session turns into a Benny Hill sketch. Anyway, on with the list. Yeah, that would be a great one.
Because it's going to turn into a chase, and then it turns into a lot of questions get asked. You're running after somebody.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all, man. Jesus, that would be a rough one. But it's time. It's time for the listener hat, guys. Let's play the song.
We haven't even played the intro song.
Oh shit, we gotta do that. Actually, we might need to pause the proceedings because nature might be calling me one more time. If you don't mind, I don't. Unless you guys want to just roll. But if you want to pause it real quick, can we even do that?
Take your break and do your dunk.
Okay, I'll be right back. Thank you.
Edited in post.
Yeah.
I will have to edit this out.
Cody, you're absolutely right. We haven't even played the intro music. Let's do that first, and then we get to the lists. What was I thinking? And if you know the words at home, sing along. Oh. I bet we know the words. I bet this will be a sing-alonger right here. Times are hard, but you're afraid to pay the fee. So you find yourself somebody who can do the job for free. When you need a bit of loving, 'cause your man is out of town, that's the time you get me running, and you know I'll be around. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, there we go, baby. Ramble 315. Now, Cody, we can get to the list. Man, thank you. Caught it.
There we go.
Cody caught it. A snafu.
Cody's on point today. 316.
If you will. And now this. Man, that's even behind the scenes.
But hey, maybe sometimes the polls are up a little bit late.
Ooh.
Fucking.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow. Let it out. Hey, let it out.
I said fucking
you don't
Ramblers,
want a bottle
by the way.
Let it out.
Wow.
I did not say Eddie's line. I said fucking Ramblers, not
You said
the other
fucking
thing.
Ramblers. Big difference.
Not the line that Eddie made infamous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, let it out, Cody. Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it out. All right, so now it's Hall of Fame hat time. Here we go.
What hat would they wear?
Ooh. That calmed you down, right? Hearing the harmonica, Cody?
I mean,
bit.
a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm still.
It's like an emotional enema.
Yeah.
There it is. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Hall of Fame. This is a tough one. What 80s TV show about vehicles goes on the hat? He said Knight Rider with Kit. Jeremy Stevens, a.k.a. the Steebs. Hall of Fame hat. about an 80s TV show about a vehicle, Airwolf hands down. It would be easy to make a show about a car or a truck, but all the stunts in a helicopter, that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. There we go. And Pat Carruthers.
Borgnine, an action star.
The Borg himself. My God. Jan Michael Vincent. And is it the best theme song? Pretty good
one.
That's it. Ooh. Pat Carruthers, PC. 80s TV show about vehicles. He goes Mask. Jerry didn't say the show couldn't be animated. Whoa. Ooh. There it is. Colin Mags. Hall of Fame. For me, it was between Knight Rider and Airwolf, and I chose Knight Rider as I think as a whole it was a better series. Side note, Street Hawk. Yes, that pile of trash. I mean, it didn't make sense when I was a kid. I mean, it's on a motorcycle with no armor, etc., and yet everyone shoots the bike. And as for the hyperspeed bullshit, don't get me started. Anyway, the second episode, the guest bad guy is a young George Clooney. And it makes you wonder how he got so big with no charm, charisma, or acting ability. Whoa. Wow. Shots fired from Mags. Wow. I saw it a few months ago when it was a late night filler show, and I had to check it out to see if my memory of it was right. It was. Street Hawk. All right. Jeremy Bienvenu. I'm not super well-versed in 80s TV since I was born in the mid-80s, but the first thing that came to mind is Knight Rider. I have very early memories of watching as a kid and just watching the light in the front of Kit go left and right. There we go. Wow. I'm going to go Knight Rider as well. That's my pick, Eddie. I had to go Knight Rider.
I mean, I think PC threw me for a loop there when he threw in the animated.
Yes.
Because at that point, does Transformers qualify?
Right, but I think the vehicles, it was more about the people with Transformers, right. the souls, Optimus, Bumblebee,
the two humans,
the Spike and
Dingleberry,
his kid Daniel. It was more about the people, so I had to go.
It's tough. It's a tough one. I don't like. To me, the one that just sticks out as being like just because it's so well known, and I think it's lasted for so long is Knight Rider.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Airwolf. I mean, you could even talk the A-Team with the van.
Right.
But I think Knight Rider had it just seemed to be the one that stuck around in people's minds the most.
I'm with you. I agree. Cody, this one was probably the hardest for you, I think, that we've ever done.
I was only alive for 6 months in the 80s, so I was not able to do this.
Oh, man. Well, you better do this next one in honor of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ramble 316, Hall of Fame hat for taking a stunner. Who is on the Hall of Fame hat for really selling the business end of taking a stunner? There we go. I guess it's open, close, and encore time, Cody. My God, we're already here.
Already? Wow.
Man.
All right.
Open, close, and encore.
Wow. It's things like that make it okay, Eddie, when those times when you do say blank the Ramblers. I don't know how they could stay upset with you. I don't know if I'm reading your thoughts here, but I think you have that ace in the hole with that. Kind of lets you get away with it.
I try not to abuse it.
Right.
But,
right.
It was at that point when I said those words, I was in... It was a lot of rage. It was a dark place for all of us.
All of us.
So, but I do have that ace in the hole where I can just whip out the harp and
who's going to be mad at
forgiven.
you? Who's going to be mad?
I have a quick question. So Jerry, you and I are both big fans of the band Primus.
Yes.
And their kind of famous catchphrase is "Primus sucks."
Yeah.
I heard for a while, Eddie, there was an Eddie Blows kind of catchphrase, and then maybe like it didn't stick around because you were not in on the joke. I think, right?
There was a time in the mid '80s. I don't know if Cody probably doesn't remember this because he wasn't alive yet.
Right.
But you remember the Where's the Beef campaign?
Of course. Yeah. For Wendy's. Yeah.
And then they followed that up with Avoid the Noid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like this whole string of these clever catchphrases, and they wanted to do Eddie Blows. And it's not that I didn't get the joke. I got it, haha. It's double meaning. I suck, and then also I blow through a heart. I got the joke, but I was just so burned out from all of the meaningless, the catchphrases and the taglines and the over marketing of everything that was these. And it's like, it's kind of where I pulled away, and I didn't record anything for probably until early 90s. I just sort of dropped out of the scene for a couple of years, and that was sort of the catalyst for that. The Eddie Blows trying to push that. I didn't want to be part of that.
Maybe Primus stole from Eddie.
I think they did. You ever talk to him about that?
We've met, where we, people of musical talent to hang out, and we've had discussions and stuff. But it's like if they wanted to take it and they took it, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I didn't really care.
Okay.
I wasn't on board with the Eddie Blows thing. My music's more than a catchphrase or a marketing tag. So.
Okay. I'm with you there. I get it.
That's how it is.
That clears up a lot, Cody. That really answered a lot of questions I was lingering. That's good. That's man. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. He says abstain. Rainbow, not his thing. For the open close encore for the band Rainbow. Jeremy Stevens says you open with Long Live Rock and Roll. You close with Since You've Been Gone, Since You've Been Gone. You encore with Stargazer. Patrick Carruthers, PC. You open with Gates of Babylon. You close with Long Live Rock and Roll. You encore with Dio being the man on the Silver Mountain. Man, Mags. You open with Since You've Been Gone. You close with Stone Cold. Encore Sweet Dreams. Jeremy Bienvenu says you open with Since You've Been Gone. You encore with Stone Cold. You close with Stone Cold. And you encore with Street of Dreams. There we go. Man, I had him open with Man on the Silver Mountain. Close with Stone Cold, and then encore with Since You've Been Gone. Eddie?
I had him open with Since You've Been Gone.
Okay.
Close with Stargazer.
Oh.
And then encore with Stone Cold.
There you go. Cody, did you do this one?
Yeah, so for me, a perfect Rainbow concert would be them playing Rising in its entirety. So I just go with the album. I open with Terrell Woman.
Nice.
Close with Stargazer and encore with A Light in the Black.
There it is. Rainbow Rising is a tremendous record. That's a great one. Man, that's a good one. Next, Ramble 316. What do we open, close, and encore with Stone Cold's catchphrases?
Oh.
Ooh, is it?
That's the bottom line.
Where does hell yeah? That's the bottom line.
Hell yeah. Because Stone Cold said so.
What?
Is that the same one? Is that the bottom line?
That's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Yeah. What is a big one? Mm-hmm. The Stone Cold catchphrases. That's open up a can. Open up a can of whoop ass on it. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole lot there. So that's it's open close encore with Stone Cold Steve Austin's catchphrases. Ramble 316. My God, it's time to read books and play video games. Jesus, we're already here.
I'm reading books, I'm playing video games. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games.
Wow. Hey, Eddie, Cody mentioned Primus, and one thing Les Claypool is kind of famous for is he'll sit there and build his own 6-string bass guitar. Do you ever build your own harmonicas? Do you ever do that?
I've built harmonicas before. It's
no kidding.
It's not something I'm really into because I know there are a lot of craftsmen out there that are really great at what they do, and the couple that I've built have been used by some of the blues travelers. That guy, what's his name?
Yeah, sure, John Popper, I think.
John Popper. He uses 2 of mine exclusively on tour.
Wow.
I know a lot of times he's canceled shows because he says he doesn't feel healthy enough to play. It's usually because he's misplaced one of the harmonicas I made him, and he doesn't want to say that, so he just says, I'm not feeling like playing.
Might as well walk on stage naked without your harmonica for him.
So I was like, you know what? I don't need to encompass all of the harmonica. I can just use the playing. I don't need to take credit for making the better harmonicas. So I kind of just stopped doing it.
Just for that reason, though. It wasn't because they weren't any good.
No, they were actually too good. That was the problem. And maybe someday down the line when I stop playing, I'll go back to building.
Right. God, it's good, but but don't you want to? Obviously you're a lock for the Hall of Fame and all that, but just would it be nice to get in for the Hall of Fame for that too, for building them? Or do you think that might already be the case?
there'll be time for me to get into a Hall of Fame for being harmonicas after I'm done playing.
All right.
Harmonica.
Okay.
I'm not, and that's what it's about anyway.
Right. Of course. You're not. I know you're not like this.
So. No.
Jeremy Bienvenu says he's not currently reading or playing anything, but I'm watching Jerry play 5 days a week. Oh, thank you. On twitch.tv/Retro Rocha, and you can too. Tune in at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, and watch a grown man swear at video games. Trust me, as a kid who would throw wild tantrums and break things playing video games, it's wonderful watching someone else get pissed off at him. And boy, do I ever. Thank you, Bienvenu. Yeah, tune in if you can. Twitch.tv/Retro Rocha, 5 days a week, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Right now, I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Live a Live, Mother 3, and Wonder Labyrinth. Eddie, what are you playing or reading anything?
We're still trying to make our way through Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice, good one.
So I think we're like 44% through or something.
Nice. All right. Cody, playing or reading anything right now?
No, not this week, but I've got some books that I'll be probably cracking into here soon. So.
Oh, shit. Here we go. All right. Well, my God, guys, it's top 5 time, if you can believe it, if you're ready.
All right, let's do it.
It's the time of the show where we rank the top 10.
5. Look at that. Man. Look at that. This was not as tough as learning how to play that, but this is a tough list. Top 80s TV show non-sitcom characters. Again, not as tough as learning to play that line, but still, I would think it's still a little tough. We have JoJo the Fist, though, from last week. Hey, guys, JoJo the Fist here with my top 5 alien movies, and I got to say it was tough to pick them out, but here we go. Starship Troopers, Mars Attacks, Independence Day, one of my favorite scenes when the alien grabs a scientist and communicates through him, and let's not forget Jeff Goldblum rocks. 2, Predator, You're One Ugly Motherfucker, and number 1, Signs. That movie still creeps me out, the scene when the alien is in the rooftop. Oh, gosh. Because of that, I'm afraid to take out the trash at night, and plus the eerie music makes it even creepier, and fuck cornfields. Anyway, love you guys. JoJo out. And JoJo, thank you for the figures as well. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Eddie and I think it was
cool.
nice. And let's get on to this. Am I being too nice, guys, reading these ones that came in late?
I think so.
I mean, you're the evil commish. You make that call.
I'm the evil commish. All right, I'll think about it. I'll
You
try to
get
get these in by Saturday. I know. Try to get these in by Saturday. Cody's not wrong. Saturday is the cutoff. Saturday night.
But, you being lenient like this isn't teaching them a lesson.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not wrong. You're neither.
Coming from a parent.
Right. You get it.
And
you've been there.
You're supposed to teach children. Who
Right.
obviously
No.
that's who these ramblers are. Children.
Jesus, Eddie's going all in. He's not saying F the Ramblers, but he might as well be at this point. He might as well be.
That's the subtext of what I'm saying.
Now, my number 1 on this list, before we get to the list, it might be controversial. I'm just going to put it out there. Okay. All right? But we have the American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Number 5, Sonny Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs. He could not separate Crockett and Tubbs from Miami Vice. Number 4, Kit. Number 3, MacGyver. Angus MacGyver. Number 2, B.A. Baracus. And number 1, Thomas Magnum. Honorable mention, Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, Dustin Jacobs. Thank you, Dustin. Good list. Jeremy Steves. Top 5 non-sitcom characters. Honorable mention to Judge Harry T. Jones in Night Court, but that's a sitcom, so it's all right. Hawkeye Pierce from MASH and Daisy Duke from The Dukes of Hazzard. Steve's broke the rules. He went some sitcoms on here. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't care.
He didn't give a fuck.
Number
Steve
5
was
Al Bundy from Married with Children, a sitcom.
Okay. Well, that could be a drama. That could be a family drama.
Number 4, Howlin' Mad Murdoch from the A-Team. Number 2, Angus MacGyver. And he goes in. Number 3 was Angus MacGyver. Number 2 and number 1, he breaks the rules again, Steves. No regard. He goes Samuel Mayday Malone from Cheers. And number 1, Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli. Maybe a cheap, but it was still on until 84. Also played by one of the nicest people in the world, Henry Winkler. So after going my list a couple times, I remembered it was non-sitcom. So here's the actual. Okay, here's the actual ranking. All right, now there we go.
Threw a swerve.
He threw a big swerve. Honorable mention goes to Sam Beckett and Al Calavici in Quantum Leap. Number 5, Thomas Magnum. Number 4, Dr. David Bruce Banner. Number 3, well, it's still a sitcom, Rose Nyland from The Golden Girls. Number 2, Howlin' Mad Murdoch. And number 1, Angus MacGyver. I just made a nuke out of bubblegum, tinfoil, and rubbing alcohol. Hashtag bring back Good Will Hunting. Hashtag Jizz Talk Weekly. Hashtag wish I had time for days baseball. Hashtag rest in peace, Vinnie Paul. All right. Good Willow Hunting, he adds Untamed Heart. I remember being pretty good, Steve says. Not to mention Marissa Tomei's tits are perfect. And Pump Up the Volume would be another great one. Keep on keeping on. All right. Pat Carruthers, top PC. Jessica Fletcher, J.R. Ewing, Thomas Magnum, Colt Seavers, and Fred Rogers. Stay safe and be excellent to each other. Pat Carruthers. Colin Magsies. Number 5, he goes Michael Knight and Kit. You can't separate them. Number 4, the greatest American hero, Ralph Hinckley. I know it was a comedy drama series, but it had to go in. Not only a great theme song, but a brilliant premise, a suit that gives you untold powers that you don't know how to access because you lost the instructions. Number 3, this is a British show, so I mean little to you guys, but it had a big impact on me growing up, and he's not really a character, but Chef Keith Floyd and his TV shows are some of the early inspirations for my love of food and cooking. All right. Number 2, Captain Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. From a slightly sluggish start, Patrick Stewart and the show's writers created arguably the best Enterprise captain. And number 1, the team couldn't separate them on the A-Team couldn't separate them on their own as they're entertaining, but it was the magic of Hannibal's planning, Face's flirtatious nature, Murdoch's madness, and B.A.'s irritable gruffness, and how they interacted and fit together in this dysfunctional family that made them great and memorable. That's all for me. Take care, everyone. Max, Colin Max. Jeremy Bienvenu, he goes Sonny Crockett, Angus MacGyver, Thomas Magnum, Michael Knight, and number 1, J.R. Ewing. There we go. Wow. Man, this was tough. So next Ramble 316, top 5 Stone Cold Steve Austin moments. There we go. Ooh, it's going to be a good one. Man, my honorable mentions, I had to go Thomas Magnum, J.R. Ewing, and B.A. Baracus. But my number 5, the same as the American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. I was so happy to see him do a duo that I didn't feel so bad either. Sonny Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs. Eddie, you're number 5.
Mine just squeaks in under because the show ended January 10th, 1980. So technically,
okay,
it's still in there.
It had Rockford. 10 days. Rockford of the Rockford Files. There we go.
Files. Just
Cody.
He's probably that low on the list because he sneaks in right under the
right there. Cody, were you able to get this one in?
Unfortunately, I was not able to whittle it down to 5. So.
Oh, that was the issue.
My number 4, Angus MacGyver. Eddie, your number 4.
Oh, my number 4 was hold on, I had it right here. Oh, Bruce Banner.
Oh, Bruce Banner. My number 3.
Hulk show.
The Hulk. My number 3 from Murder, She Wrote Herself, Jessica Fletcher. That's my number 3. Who is your number 3, Eddie?
Nice. Columbo.
God, that spans what, late 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think.
Did he went in the early 80s, right? I'm not off.
Yeah, they were at TV movies well into the 80s of Columbo. Yeah. My number 2, I'm surprised nobody had this guy, Eddie, until here. My number 2, the one and only Ben Matlock. I had to go Matlock.
Yeah,
I had to go Matlock.
Yeah.
Eddie, who was your number 2?
My number 2 is Sam Beckett, Quantum Leap.
Oh, yeah, Quantum. My number 1, who else could it be? I thought I was kind of cheating, but then I read Mags's list, and I'm like, no, I'm not. It was on for 3 years in the 80s. That counts, right?
Yeah, but Rockford was on for a week.
A week, and you're in? I went the one and only Captain Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. He might also top my 90s list, too.
He could.
Eddie?
He could be a crossover. I went with Howlin' Mad Murdoch. He's my favorite all-time non-sitcoms 80s character.
He was my favorite member of the A-Team. Yeah. That's for damn sure. Even though I had B.A. as the honorable mention just because he's so iconic, but Howlin' Mad was my favorite. Murdoch was my favorite.
He also had the video about loving your mom. So.
Yes. There's no other like mother.
There's like your mother.
So true. M is for the moans and the miserable groans from the pains that she felt when I was born. So there's that.
Yeah. So
Well, there we go. I mean, Cody, did any of these? Would you? Or was yours? I know you couldn't whittle it down, but was yours radically different? Was there?
Oh no, I mean, I knew Matlock was in my.
Yeah, how could it not be? How could he not be?
That was my starting point. I just couldn't get any further than that.
Right.
Just paralysis by analysis. It was just too much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe to The Ramble. Give it a 5-star rating and a positive text review. That helps us. It really does.
I have one thing, too.
Go for it.
Don't forget to vote.
Vote!
For the final four.
Yes.
You fuck Ramblers. You fucking Ramblers, right?
Wow, man.
That's what Cody. Those are Cody's words, not mine.
Cody, I know. Y'all are on a tear right now, and there's nothing wrong with it. But yes,
that's
vote.
the third time I have saved this show.
Wow.
Today.
Ooh.
Today alone.
Wow.
Today alone.
Third
That's
time.
3. Reminding me that it's 3:16. That was one of them. That was a big one.
Playing the theme.
Reminding you to vote. Look at this. 3. Right. So enough. Right. Give the man some slack if he goes to see a day baseball minor league game every now and again.
He's earned it.
He's earned it. Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next Ramble. The Stone Cold Steve Austin 3:16. We're going to say what goes on the Hall of Fame hat, who took a stunner on the Hall of Fame hat. We're going to open, close, and encore with his catchphrases, and then top 5 Stone Cold Steve Austin moments. There's a whole lot to choose from. This is going to be I don't envy the Ramblers. I don't envy us 3 for having to come up with this. This is going to be tough.
Tough one.
Man.
Some mandatory watching, though, should be looking up on YouTube the biggest pop in wrestling history.
Yes.
And that might be on your list.
That is, I think I know the one you're talking about. That's a big one. That's a real big one. So
check out Journey to Hell.
And check out Journey to Hell. Come on.
Hey,
buy it if you have to.
$2,000. If you got $2,000 lying around, just throw it at Journey to Hell. Oh, God. We love you guys. You know where to find us. Subscribe to us. Give us ratings. All that good shit. Take care, everybody. We'll see you Friday.